In this lesson, we're going to go over how to add some extensions to our VS Code or Codespace so that we can type our programs easier. So this was our setup that we had last time for Intro-01, where we just created our Codespace. We're going to go through the same process to create another new one. So you'll have a link, and when you enter the link, you will get a page that looks something like this. So this is Intro-03. We're going to accept the assignment. Once again, it doesn't actually take a few minutes. We can just hit refresh. This is the GitHub repository that it creates for us. So I'm just going to alternate click and go New Tab. So you can see the GitHub repository that it's created for us. And you can also just click on the button and it will load up a new Codespace with the GitHub repository that it created for us. Once again, this will just take a minute for everything to load up. So once it's all finished, you can see the README file that we have here and our terminal down here where our program is going to run. On the sidebar over here, there is a button called Extensions, and this is what we're going to use to add some helpful extensions to Codespace so that it's easier for us. When you click on it, these sections might pop up. We're just going to minimize them and get them out of the way, and we're going to be concerned with the Codespace installed ones. So obviously at the moment we don't have any installed, that's why it's 0. You can search the marketplace by just putting what you're looking for in here, and we're going to install a few pieces that will make it easier for us. The first one is going to be one called Material Icon Theme. So this one is just slightly different from all the others. You can select it and then install in Codespace. This one, when you click on it, it's going to ask you to install it as a theme, because this one is a theme, and we're just going to say yes. And what that's going to do is make our icons in our File Explorer look a little nicer. So if we go back to the File Explorer, you'll see that our icons have actually changed slightly. When we're done, you can just delete that part out. The next one that we're going to load is a extension that will help us see hidden characters, in particular end of file character. So usually in a word processor, when you hit enter, you can't see the enter key, it just moves you to a new line. But when we're coding, it is useful to do that, to see that character. So we're just going to search for end of line, and there's one called code end of line. And we're going to install that, and that will give us a visual representation of what an end-of-line character looks like. The next one that we're going to install is called Indent Rainbow. Here it is right here. And what that does is it's going to turn out that we will be indenting our code, and it's going to colorize the columns moving down, which will be helpful as a visual reminder for us. So we have that one installed. The next one is called Draw.io, and it's the blue one, the one with over 1 million hits, not the green one. And this is going to be used to help us draw flowcharts and top-down designs when we're actually designing our program before we actually try to write the program. And the last one, since we're going to be writing Python code, is one for Python, and it's provided by Microsoft. It's the first one here. This is actually going to install several things for us. So if we click install, and then we just delete this, we can see all the ones that we currently have installed. So you can see it's installing several. The only one we really want is this Python one. It does install other ones. You can absolutely choose to select the one and just uninstall it, as long as you just leave the Python one. For now, I'm just going to leave all of the other ones that it installed. We're not going to be using them, but they're all there. So that's how you go around and install all these extensions. There's just one other problem. The next Codespace we open, we don't want to go through this process of adding them all the time. So we would like some mechanism to sync our extensions. And there is a way of doing that. At the bottom right, there's a button called Manage, and we can turn on settings syncs. So this syncs not only the extensions, but many other settings that we can have. So we're just going to turn on all of them. So we're going to sign into GitHub and turn them on, and we're going to save these settings in GitHub. So Codespace will restart for us after we do this, and all of those extensions will be saved in our settings profile. And the next time that we open up a new Codespace, if they don't load automatically, we can always go back here to Manage, Sync Settings, and turn it on, and they should all filter in for us.